everyone, Blugoblin here. Thank you for joining me for this particular comic book review for this week of September 2015. I want to thank y'all for joining me. I got a lot of books to talk about, and yeah, I know I'm late again. I'm trying to get caught up. I'm trying. But before I get to the main books I'm going to review here, I'm going to do some quick back issue reviews. I would normally do a back issue review, but I only have so much time to do all this stuff, so I'm just going to do this here. 3 IDWs and a DC before we get to the main books. Starting off IDW with the first 3 issues of Ghostbusters Get Real. Instead of reviewing these one by one, I'm just going to review these first 3 issues in a one shot here. These 3 issues right here, the beginning of this storyline. This is simply amazing. This is amazing stuff. I had completely forgotten about this. I haven't been keeping up with previews that much, and I feel like I'm slipping behind. But I was able to get these issues ordered, and I'm finally able to read these, and I'm like, wow. This is a Ghostbusters crossover that I personally have been wanting. And I finally got it. I look at this as the movie Ghostbusters crossing over with the real Ghostbusters from the 80s, from the cartoon. Sort of. We know these is not exactly the movie incarnation of the Ghostbusters, but it's probably the closest thing we're going to get in a comic book form. I get that. But this was so fun. This is so fun. This is so excitingly good. The writing is fantastic. The artwork, it works very well. The artwork for these Ghostbusters, it works. It's way more. It looks way more cartoony than the Ghostbusters of the 80s cartoon look. But it works. And then of course you've got the real Ghostbusters. And kudos to the artists on this. They really did their homework. They really knew how to nail these characters. So far, these first 3 issues have been fantastic. Every character works well with each other, and they focus it on each particular Ghostbuster with their counterparts. Both the Egons work really well. I love the fact that both the Peter Venkmans don't exactly get along. I like that. Everybody works off each other very well, and this has just been phenomenal stuff. I can't wait to read the conclusion of this. This is just awesome. Do yourselves a favor, pick this up. Get it in trade if you need to wait until then, or find the issues, get them, read them, love them. They're great. Last back issue I'm reviewing is Green Lantern 44. I missed out on this issue due to a shortage, but I was able to get it, and I was finally able to read it. What I'll say about how being this renegade and everything, it is what it is. Don't get me wrong, it's refreshing to see the character of Hal Jordan taking in a new direction, as opposed to being such a Boy Scout all the time. That's great. But still, the storytelling, the plot, the pacing, I just think it could be done just a little bit better. Stuff that happens in here is actually really good. I actually found it interesting that now he's trying to get along with one of the prisoners he's taken. And all in all, it's not bad. It's not bad. I just feel like it could be a little bit better than it is. There you go. By the way, I give all 3 issues of Ghostbusters Get Real a 4. I give this a 3. All right, now moving on to the main books for this review. Starting off with Marvel. Starting off with Lando number 4. Charles Soule and Alex Maleev. This is still a surprising hit for me. This is really good. It's nice to see, Lando Calrissian. We're getting to see what he's been up to before we're introduced to him in The Empire Strikes Back. he's finally getting, put together. He's finally gotten the clue. Hey, the ship we stole belongs to Emperor Palpatine. And the conclusion of the cliffhanger of the last issue revealed that this particular ship is holding what could be the last remaining artifacts of the Sith. This is really good. There's a betrayal amongst the team, amongst the one of the teammates that's working with Lando. And in another interesting and very nice twist, we get to see Lando actually show actual compassion for something other than himself. Because the way this series has been going so far, it kind of seems like, Lando, well, ain't no kind of to it. It is focused that, Lando only cares about Lando and what Lando's score is, and that's pretty much it. But in here, we get to see him actually worrying about somebody other than himself, and I think that's a plus. I thought this was actually pretty good, with a bit of an uh-oh kind of ending to the issue. Nicely done. This was nicely done. Far from perfect, but a very entertaining read, and I did enjoy this. I give it a 3.5. Alright, moving on to Star Wars number 9. Jason Aaron is still killing it with the writing. And you got Stuart Immonen on the artwork in here this time. I'm surely going to miss John Cassidy. But Stuart Immonen does a good job in here. This is actually really good. We get to see Luke Skywalker handle his own with a lightsaber without hardly any Jedi training whatsoever. It's like, up until this point, the only training he got was from Ben Kenobi before he died in Episode 4. And you can tell by the way the drawing is done, by the way the story is told, by the way the pacing is done, you can tell Luke is a rookie at the very best when it comes to dueling with a lightsaber and using the Force and everything. And it's focusing mainly on Luke in here. And the rest of the Rebel headquarters finds out where Luke is, and they say we should go retrieve him, and one of them suggests that to go after him would be suicidal, so we can't do it. But one person steps up and decides we need to go save him, and I'm not going to ruin who that is. I'm pretty sure you already know by now, but I still don't want to spoil it. This was a great issue. Really good. A nice focus on Luke from his rookie days, if you will. Nicely done. Really good job, Marvel. I give it a 4. Really good. Then again, I'm a Star Wars nerd. Moving on to IDW, we're going to Jem The Holograms, number 7. Kelly Thompson. Kelly Thompson, shit. Yeah, Kelly Thompson, okay. This was cute. This was fun. Again, I'm reading this without ever knowing the original cartoon. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but this will be the last time I explain it. Keep in mind, I've never watched the cartoon, so a lot of this stuff is going to be new to me, and I'm going to sound a bit naive when I question who's this character, who's that character, and then somebody in the comments or somebody's going to send me a message on social media saying, oh, it's this character. Okay, glad to know it. But in here, you see all kinds of things. The holograms are trying to pick themselves back up. They're bringing in synergy to help them out. Kimber is still really broken down from her broken relationship with her girlfriend Stormer from the Misfits. Synergy is used to help the band and everything. Meanwhile, we got some espionage going on, and the Misfits have a hand in it. This is cute stuff. This is really good. Really fun. I'm not really taking it too seriously, but this is fun. I enjoyed this. Thought it was cute. Thought it was an entertaining read, and I'd still recommend this series if you're just looking for a just a casual fun read. I give this a 3.5. Moving on to my pick of the week, folks. Pick of the week is My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic number 34. Holy shit. I did not think an issue of My Little Pony would ever end up being my pick of the week, but goddamn, this was a shocker. This was fantastic. This is part 1 of Siege of the Crystal Empire. I mean, that title alone should sum up what the hell's going on in here. And in this first part, they decided to pull out a lot of old villains from the pony's past, and all kinds of shit's going on. And at the end of the issue, you find out all this big villain team up is just a big distraction to what's really going on. And the cliffhanger, god damn it, that was astounding. This was really good. I can't stress enough. I was completely surprised on how good this was. Fantastic writing, great artwork, good focus on character development, lots of good twists, a nice fucking swerve at the ending. Fantastic read. I loved this. I give it a 4.5. Moving on to DC, starting off DC with Harley Quinn number 20. Connor and Palmiotti still working their magic with this. This was actually pretty good. This was actually really good. I thought it was an enjoyable read. All the comedy is there. You know, Harley's been hired to... She just came back. She just got home from Los Angeles only to find out she's got to go all the way back to Los Angeles to do a job she was hired to do. She comes across a cowboy, decides to make him her sidekick for the issue. All kinds of inside humor with cosplayers and everything, including a very funny scene with a Wonder Woman cosplayer. Just really fun stuff. And she finds out that the job she was sent on is... the information behind this job is a little bit dishonest. I'll say it like that. She thinks she's going to do something and ends up having to do something completely different. And then we get the cliffhanger. Cliffhanger is, oh fuck. It's one of those kinds of cliffhangers. And sold. Can't wait to see the next issue. Where are you going to go from here? Especially with who you brought in. This is good. Gets I'll be extra nice. I'll give this a 4. Moving on to Martian Manhunter number 4. Look, you know, Rob Williams, I understand he's a great writer. He wrote for Shaft, for Dynamite, and that stuff was good. But here, all the vibe that I'm getting from this series so far is, come on, there's enough Martian for everybody. It's just, how many people on the planet are insider fucking Martians? And how many people on the planet are all separate pieces of the Manhunter? I still don't get where we're going with this. I really don't. And I'm really trying to understand where the story is going, and for the most part, I'm having trouble keeping my focus on this. I'm really hoping that this series picks up over time, or I'm going to have to drop it, folks. I'm sorry. You all know me. I'm honest. And if I'm not feeling something, I just ain't feeling it. And I'm not really truly feeling this. The only thing in this issue that really truly got my attention was the last page. And that's not good, folks. It's really not good when the very last page is literally the only thing I remember from the book. I had to go back and reread this right before I started filming this to try to remember what the hell's going on in here. That's not good, folks. That's not good. And this comes off, with the exception of a pretty interesting cliffhanger at the end, this came off as an average read at best, and I give it a 2.5. I'm sorry. Sensation Comics number 14. Let me see who all is writing the first story. Karen Travis, Travis, Ronaldo, y'all are doing your best, but this is Wonder Woman on a mission to playing politics and, you know, trying to negotiate peace between two countries that I'm sorry, I wasn't feeling this issue either. It's just Diana's attempt to make two countries get along, and I'm like, okay, so what? That's my overall reaction to this whole issue is, so what? The stuff with Strife in here was actually the more entertaining stuff, but the main focus of the story was on something I just really didn't think was all that interesting. And this also come off as an average read for me. I give it a 2.5. We're ending this review with Wonder Woman number 44. The Finches still working their magic. This is half and half for me. The stuff that I really enjoyed out of this was the stuff with Donna Troy. And Donna Troy gets a new look in here, and I like it. I like Donna's new look over the pseudo Wonder Woman look that they gave her in here. You know, Diana's trying to figure out all this stuff, what's going on with Donna, the stuff with the Fates, and then we get to the one thing that's dragging this story down, and that's the character Aegeus. This little fucker that's stalking Diana, trying to claim the God of War moniker, should he happen to kill her. And let me be fair, when the character first started, I thought he was interesting, I thought he could go somewhere, but here and now, where we are with him, I don't give two fucks about this character. Aegeus, he just comes off like an obsessed fanboy who's pissed off at a celebrity because he didn't get his picture taken or didn't get an autograph. So he wants to be the God of War. He just has to kill Wonder Woman. And at the same time, he just comes off as a sniveling little whiny pissant. I know he has a bad day in this issue, but at the end of the day, I'm like, who fucking cares? He's like that little bitty turd that you try to flush down the toilet, and it just seems to keep popping back up. I'm no longer captivated by this character. DC just failed to deliver on that part. This character just annoys the ever-loving piss out of me. And I can't wait for this guy to be done with and we move on to something else. The stuff with Donna, though, was actually really good. The stuff with Diane trying to figure out what's going on with the Fates, that was good stuff. The rest of the stuff with Aegeus, I could fucking care less. That's just how I honestly feel. But that doesn't mean the issue was bad. It's just hurt by this character that DC has turned into a sniveling fucking brat. But then again, that's just my opinion. What do I know? I'm just a fan. But there you have it. Wonder Woman 44 overall. I'll be generous with this because the rest of the stuff I did really like, and I give it a 3.5. And it's lucky it gets that. But that's it for this particular video, everybody. I want to thank y'all for watching. Please subscribe. Go check out Blugoblin X. Don't forget Arkham Asylum Studio. Follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, Facebook, or stick with me here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Groot. I'll see y'all later.